So, I really like how we just go through these really long patches of rainy days. We finally get one good day for, nice weather, only to almost immediately go back to incredibly rainy weather. So, yes, it is. I mean, yesterday was actually a really nice day, even though it was supposed to rain at like 2 o'clock, but, luckily it didn't. So around, say, 6, 7 o'clock at night, that's when it starts to thunder and lightning. And it has been raining practically ever since. In fact, it's just after 6 o'clock in the morning right now, and it's still raining. Funny, I thought, the storm was supposed to end, during the morning, but I have no idea what the weather is supposed to be like today. I haven't even looked at it yet. But, it's still really good, and it is likely that I am going to be yawning a couple times during this video, considering the fact that, okay, so, I know I keep bringing up how weird the time schedule is for Amphibia, and how they're doing it at 10 o'clock in the morning, but it turns out they're also showing that same episode at 10 o'clock at night, so that's what I did last night, which is great, except I had to set my alarm for 2 of 10 just so I wouldn't, because I actually do go to bed pretty early, ladies and gentlemen, I do. Early to bed, early to rise. So I set my alarm for 2 of 10, only just wake up and be able to watch Amphibia again, which is great because, now I get to talk about that, which is awesome. So first things first, good morning, happy Thursday, everybody. So let's see, the two, again, they're, it's one episode, but 2 11-minute shorts, I guess. So the first one is called, Hapluck. It's basically basically the premise of the episode is, there's an annual, potluck in town. And there's sort of there's a contest. Obviously you get a winning dish, and, you have a dish that's in last place. And I actually thought this was really funny because the losing family at the potluck has to be put in the box of the shame box. That's what we call the shame box. I'm like, you know what? I get the feeling they probably, well, again, it's Disney, so this wouldn't surprise me at all. I get the feeling someone watched Up for the 11,000th time because Up is an awesome movie. They remembered, dogs have the cone of shame. Let's put people in a cage or box of shame. That'd be better. So, yeah, I see what you're doing there, Disney. You didn't think I would know it. You didn't think I wouldn't notice, but I did, and that was awesome. So, they, it turns out that, the Planner family, the family that Anna's staying with, they always get last because they use these traditionally really bad, horrible dishes from an old family cookbook that's been passed down from the, generations or whatever. And so Anne suggests that there isn't a food that's more shareable or more, well-liked among pretty much everyone except for pizza. So they're like, why don't we just make a pizza? And you're probably wondering, how are they finding stuff for pizza in this world? Well, it's actually really easy to make pizza. All I really need is dough, cheese, tomatoes, and basil, which is the style for a classic margarita pizza, so, that works. Although, the beginning of the episode is great because Anne shows a picture of her cat Domino on her phone. And then I always forget the little tadpole's name, but the tadpole's like, she's so tiny, it makes me feel huge. That was all, that was funny. That tadpole is really starting to grow to be one of my favorite characters. I'm not gonna lie. I just like that. Anyway. So, Sprig is like, I should set her free. He takes a hammer, like, takes a hammer, about to crush the phone, because he thinks it's going to free the cat. Like, don't ever do that. You need to stop doing that. That's what Anne was saying. Another thing, and this puts this debate to silence once and for all. Sprig suggests we put pineapple on pizza, and Anne is like, don't ever put pineapple on pizza. Ever. Don't you talk about pineapple on pizza. So, yes, Amphibia has confirmed it. Pineapple on pizza is wrong. Unless it's like, actually, no, pineapple on pizza is wrong. Seriously, like, that's the one topping I've never tried before. Like, really? I don't want to get into a big argument. I'm just referring... See, I told you I'd be yawning. I'm just referring to what I saw last night. So, they go find, so they go get the ingredients, They, get dough from this one guy who says, I'll give you the dough if the boy is arranged to marry my daughter. They're like, deal! And then it turns out the daughter's, like, really creepy, which, yeah, that was great. They have to, they get cheese from, no kidding, rolling up these cow-like bug-looking creatures. Not like the buffalo from Futurama, but more like they're caterpillars, but they kind of look and behave like cows. And then when the old lady gives them the cheese, she's like, this cheese came from the others. And like, please don't say where the cheese came from. That was great. They find basil just from fighting a bunch of aphids, which again, the creatures are bigger than the frogs in this world, which I'll actually get into a running gag and, hot block in a second. And they fight this giant carnivorous tomato plant just to get the tomatoes. And everything goes horribly wrong. They can't really make it, so they make one of the dishes from the recipe book again. But they use one of the tomatoes from the carnivorous tomato plant because, tomatoes survive. And they lost again, so they had to go into the shame box again. But the lesson is, the family you're with or the people you love, whether you're in a box of shame or you win a contest, they're still your family, and that's awesome. And anyway, the running joke I was about to say is, the beginning of the episode starts up with a frog being carried off by these giant dragonflies, and he's like, someone help me! And then 5 minutes later, that same frog's like, yeah, I'm still up here. Like, the dragonfly never landed at all. It was just flying around for what seemed like several hours. Okay, that was that episode. And then the other half was a stakeout, which is Sprig notices that Anne and Hop Pop are not getting along at all. So he lets a stakeout in order to sort of get them to stop arguing and work together and, become better friends or to better know each other. Basically, it's one of those typical, you can't force people to become friends or whatever. You just don't do that. And that's actually what the tadpole mentioned. Like, you can't force friends to become friends with each other. But Sprig's like, no, we can do that. So he basically steals corn from Hop Pop's garden. Yeah, I don't really... It's apparently prize-winning corn, but then Hop Pop's like, it's a metaphor. So they say, okay, Anne and Hop Pop, you can look, take a steak out, whatever, at nighttime. And it half works. At first, it turns out that, they do sort of get along a little bit, but then Anne says, oh, my situation's worse than what you're thinking of. And then it's like, really? And then they both take out, their respective, caffeinated drinks. Anne has this really powerful caffeinated soda. And Hop Pop has this one drink that, passed down from generations or whatever. And they're like, oh, you're not tough enough to take this. And so they switch drinks and they drink it. And no kidding, this scene was reminiscent to, Pink Elephants on Parade. Not like the actual music or song or whatever, but they're both hallucinating everything. Anne's hair is like rapidly turning colors. Hop Hop's head looks like a giant teapot. And so Sprig thinks this isn't going well, so he dresses up in some sort of disguise to steal the corn or whatever. And because Anne and Hop Hop are hallucinating, they think Sprig looks like a giant monster. And no kidding, even though they say they're using magic, I know Dragon Ball Z references when I see them. They're literally using like the Kamehameha and like Dragon Ball Z related moves to fight off Sprig. And they're like, and obviously, and like when they're hallucinating, they think it's happening, but in real life, nothing's happening at all. Sprig's like, what are you guys doing? So, basically, in the end, and it's funny too because after after they drink each other's drinks, Anne's like, our body chemistry must be so incredibly different that it's reacting to the beverages we just drank. Wow, that's the smartest thing I think I ever said. So, yeah, that was probably the smartest thing I think I've ever heard on a Disney show, by the way. So, we're watching, so we get to the end of the episode, and Hop Hop actually do end up getting along. And then, and they, all of them are knocked out except for the tadpole, and the tadpole's like, well, I guess I'm going to have to be the one to drag him in myself. So the tadpole drinks some of Anne's drink, and she hallucinates a giant rock monster. Like, let's do this, Boulder Man. Let's do this. And that was like the end of the episode. So, yeah. I really am digging where this show is going. I really like how, there is a good lesson to learn at the end of every episode. Which, they're not lessons that are particularly new. But, as time goes on, we do tend to take stuff like that for granted. And, it's not easy to remember some of that stuff. So, in the end, it really is a good thing that, we are getting these lessons more often. And, again, they're not lessons that we haven't heard before, but you don't hear them that often either. So, that's good. So, I'm looking at the schedule right now, and it looks like from Monday through Thursday, at 10 o'clock in the morning and 10 o'clock at night, that's when they're showing new episodes. So tonight there's going to be one more new episode. There's going to be nothing on Friday. All of next week, so Monday the 24th to Thursday the 27th, that's another set of episodes. And then a week later from July 1st to, July 4th. That's going to be good. And then finally, no, I was wrong. A week later, July 8th through July 11th. And then July 15th through July, that's what, after July 11th, there's like 2 more episodes on July 15th. Well, it's again, 2 11-minute blocks. And then 1 more episode on the 18th, which I do believe is a Thursday. So, yeah, we're going to get about quite a few episodes in the span of the next month, which, cool. I get to talk about a lot more. And it's awesome. So, yeah, can't wait to talk about more and can't wait to see tonight's episode. Funny enough, it's 6:20 right now, and there's going to be a 6:20 showing for Toy Story. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to be seeing that. I mean, I saw the first 3 Toy Story movies in the theater. I think I owe it to myself to see this next one. So, we'll see how it goes. And plus, I mean, there's a 98% on Rotten Tomatoes, so if it turns out to be the summer's best movie, it won't shock me at all because it is Toy Story. So, all in due time. And plus, hey, we have Hot Ones today. You'll see Aubrey Plaza take on the Wings of Death. That's going to be good too. So much to talk about. It's going to be awesome. Cannot wait. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. So like, favorite, share. Hit that subscribe button. Follow me on the social media platforms. I am humbled that I made this video for all of you guys to watch and enjoy for today. I'm hopeful we all have a wonderful Thursday in spite of all the rain we're having. And remember, if any of you guys ever want to talk or chat, I'm always going to be here to lend an ear. And I'll always have your back. Take care and make good choices.